Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. And something I'm doing with a few select experts is delivering a Christmas message. So, Jason, we're
Love it.
recording this on the 18th, but we are going to post this Christmas morning. What would you like to tell someone Christmas morning?
Christmas morning, here would be the message that I would tell you guys is we have to remember all of the good things that are happening in our life, right? And really focus our time, energy, and effort on that. And that's something that I'm reminding myself every single day. Recently, just today, we've talked about in a prior episode about a loss that I've taken on some of our properties. And it's a shaky time in the business right now, guys, right? And it's easy when you take a loss, then you're dealing with all of this negative news and stuff that's kind of happening out there to get swept up in these emotions of like, oh man, it's bad and it's this. And honestly, guys, somebody would trade problems with you in 1 second out there. Our problems are not as big as they appear, and we have so many things to be grateful for. And that would be the message that I would share with you today is enjoy your time with your family, really think about and spend time pondering the things that are doing well in your life and focus gratitude towards those things. And eventually we'll get the stuff that we want to get around the corner.
Yeah, for me, kind of Christmas morning was, obviously the morning, unwrapping presents, often very much about the kids. My daughter's now
Mm-hmm.
31, so we're kind of past the excitement of Santa
Same.
and all of
Yeah.
that. Um, but still Christmas morning is that time for me for kind of reflection in the morning, very much family oriented, good spirits. But usually by the afternoon, it's like it's where I start my yearly review, right?
Mm.
Between Christmas afternoon and New Year's, like how'd we do? What's going on? What's good or bad? And I want people to realize there's a lot of goodness that's happening. There's a lot of opportunity. And, bear markets, recessions are scary. The news media, if it bleeds, it leads, all of that stuff. Cut that out.
Yep.
It's time to focus, um, and make sure you take advantage of this recession. Wealthy people make their money in recessions. I made probably 70% of our net worth, probably 60% of our units in various recessions. And just keep going. It's just keep going. Have the positive work ethic. Don't stop. A lot of people will be kind of, making noise. Cut them out, right? The
Yep.
big thing I would tell people about Christmas Day is you're going to be interacting with people you interact with occasionally,
Mm-hmm.
family and friends. Realize that some of them are going to come with their own baggage.
Yes.
Leave it at the door, right? Just leave it there. Don't Rule number 7 is very important, right? Audit your personal network. Just got to just it's okay. You don't need to
And
talk
make
about real
sure you're
estate.
auditing those messages that you're getting because it's going to be
Yes.
easy, especially for somebody that's maybe not in the business to point fingers and say, "Oh,
Yes.
I told you
Oh,
so." This
you're
could
an
be the
idiot.
"told you
You're
so."
so
Yeah,
stupid. It's
see, well,
crashing.
how's everything going? And for whatever reason, it's sometimes our friends and our family and the people that are closest to us, can really have a negative impact without their intent being like, hey, they're not wanting to do this. It comes from a place of them maybe wanting to protect you or whatever. And you just have to
Concern.
be,
Yeah.
you have to be diligent about not listening to that right now and listening to people and taking advice from people that are only in the position that you want to be in, right? So, if Zuber and I are telling you this stuff, I think you need to take that kind of message to heart and maybe filter out the people that aren't in the business and doing it every day.
Yeah, and then the last thing I want to kind of tell people about Christmas, again, kind of things I think about is this might sound harsh, but I don't yeah, maybe I mean it to be
Go
harsh.
for it.
If you don't do anything different in the next 12 months, your Christmas next year is going to be just like this one.
That's right.
Are you okay with that? I was
Yeah.
never okay with that.
Yeah.
I always wanted the next holiday season to be better. And so what are you going to do different?
That's the biggest issue that I see with most people struggling is they just can't get out of their own way. You know what I mean? And they come up with all of these different excuses, frankly, that sabotage their success, man. And I feel like we talked about this earlier. There's nothing inherently different or special or unique about us. We just are willing to put in the work and follow a plan. And I think the message that we're putting out is, if you guys can execute on that, the success is inevitable. The result that you want will come if you just do the work, like you say, man. So yeah, that's it.
Again, took you 11 months to get the first deal, and now you're at 100, right?
Yep.
So we talked about that in a previous episode. But yeah, at the end of the day, do you want to send a special message out to your wife, Jen?
I just like to thank Jen. This is her first year in early retirement, and we work together. This is her seat right over here. And so we work together basically every single day now. And it's nice to see, to get the help that I feel like I've always wanted. It's been interesting, just me kind of running this on my own, but now her being involved every day has been just such a big help for me. So I'm really grateful for her. Those are the things, guys, that I'm talking about, that when we open this video, it's just understanding these key relationships, these key things that are really the things that are really important, right? Not necessarily the number of doors or the money or things like that, but the impact that I've been able to have on my family. I can look back over these last 8 years and know that my family's life is going to be different because of all the work that we've done. And I'm really grateful, just and excited for people like my wife and you, and just the future, man. I feel like the future is going to be bright, dude. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of things I'll say, kind of rounding this episode out on Christmas morning, is I was always certain what you and I were doing by living authentic lives and just putting it out there was good. What I saw after those two events we did back-to-back weekends, I'm like, it's rock solid now. We're already impacting thousands of people. But by this time next year, it should be tens of thousands.
I agree.
I look forward to walking this road with you, and
same,
having a lot of fun, man. So take care of yourself. Merry Christmas to you and Jen.
Appreciate you, brother. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.